Good afternoon. All right. Thank you. Thank you. This has been a great show. Thank you for having me. I wanted to talk a little bit about, expand on my comments regarding food and entertainment. This was a sector that we played a large role in starting in 10 years ago in the United States. But it started with a question. And here's the question that that caused us to start Stumpy's Hatchet House. And we ask everyone in our social media and in our marketing, and here's the question. When was the last time you did something for the first time? When was the last time you did something for the first time? Right? We all go out and we eat. We all are on our phones. We've all done the same activities over and over again. And a number of people have said to us, oh, well, you're an American brand. Axe throwing and hatchet throwing is not American. It's European. And it's been going on for thousands of years. As long as there have been hatchets, throwing them at a tree or a stump, there's been axe throwing and hatchet throwing. We took it inside and made it into a concept. And it quickly became the #1 concept, the #1 fastest growing activity in the United States for 8 years. Now it's #2. #1 is pickleball. #2 is axe throwing. It's still one of the fastest growing sports or activities. And why is that? Because we're always looking for something to do that's new. As I said, as I've asked before, none of you have done axe throwing before. Are you in any way curious about it? Wouldn't you like to know if you could actually do it? See, all the ladies are like, no, I know I can do this, I'll be fine. He needs the practice. Yes, my friend, you need the practice, okay? And so that's why more than 51% of our clientele are women. We know this because everyone signs a waiver when they come in. So we know who has come in. We've had over 2 million people through our doors. And as I said, in our locations, we have now 41 locations. In our locations, we serve alcohol and people are throwing axes. And yet to this day, it's an incredibly safe activity. To this date, we have never had an injury at any one of our stores. Touch wood. Hopefully that stays the same. So I started out in the U.S. as advising the company, and then soon purchased the company and took it over. And we've guided a number of brands in the United States. So Stumpy's Hatchet House is the #1 in the sector of indoor recreation for axe throwing. We've also done vitamin IV clinics, therapy clinics in the United States, as well as some others, handyman services as well. So we've worked with a number of brands over the years. But one of the things that was really important to us in the beginning was that it was an opportunity for the parents to go out without their children. So when Stumpy started, that's how we did it. It was a night out. It was a way to get out, a way to have a night out for the adults. And then we used to have the weekends for family day. But now the kids, teenagers, young adults like it so much. Now the fastest growing sector for axe throwing is 24 to 35 years old. It used to be an over 40 activity, and now it's now college age and above to 35 years old. So we started what was called the social throwdown. We're now throughout the United States, and here are the areas that we are in, and here are our upcoming locations. We're very much on the East Coast and the South in the United States, and we recently opened in Minnesota. So, okay, I'm going to move past some of these. So competitive socializing as as a concept, as I mentioned before, has grown by 486%. Now, as a business owner, that's nice to know because it will drive traffic to your already existing business, or because of the curiosity of it, you will get your guests will try you out once, and however they come to you the first time, whether it's in an office party, they will come back individually. If they come individually, they'll come back with an office or a work group. That's typically how it works. And do you know what the number one request for a themed party is at a Stumpy's Hatchet House over the last 2 years? What would you guess? Weddings. Themed weddings have become very popular. We have done over 12 weddings in the last year and a half, ranging from 65 to 150 people in our locations, right? Who thought you'd want to dress like this for a wedding, right? People do. And so competitive socialize, so what we've done, and whether this is how we do it, but you'll do the same thing if you go into a restaurant or foodtainment location. There are 4 areas that you will focus on to make sure that you are successful. Now, I must warn you that when you own an axe throwing location, you use that word in everything. So we don't try to give you an excellent experience. It's an excellent experience. That's okay. Hold your applause. All right? Now, we have a rule. Well, thank you. Thank you. We have a rule. No, there's a certain type of person we do not allow in our hatchet throwing locations, and they are called axe holes. No axe holes allowed. Now, I think that might eliminate some of the people in this room. If you don't like that, then we tell you to kiss my axe. Okay? And come to the Fran Global booth. We have a lot of these stickers, gentlemen. You can hand this off to your partner and tell her that she is the hottest piece of axe. Okay? Now, why do we go to all that trouble? It's one of our zones of excellence. In franchising, when you start a franchise business, there are multiple revenue streams. Because of the novelty and the uniqueness of our concept, our merchandise is incredibly popular. If you go to an amusement park, you buy the t-shirt. The experience at a Stumpy's Hatchet House is so unique, you would have no idea how many of these we sell. We sell so many of these buffalo plaid flannel shirts that I wore one here today for you. See how hot it is today. I am boiling in this thing, but it looks nice, doesn't it? Look, you could say it. Looks nice, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So we focus on these 4 areas. When people first enter, it's what we call the welcome desk, the host or hostess area, your reception. This is the first time they get to meet you, you and your team. So we want to make sure that is a level 10 out of 10 experience. We then look at the pit, we call the pit is the area where you're doing the gaming, or the table, or the lane, or that area, right? That be a single attraction or a single concept, or have multiple attractions or multiple experiences with it. This is what happens when you have multiple experiences. When people eat, they like to drink. They don't want to drink alone. They don't want to eat alone. They don't want to play alone. They like to do all 3 together. That's what we learned. So we have some locations that have food but not alcohol. Neither of their numbers do as well. As soon as we put food and alcohol together, both increase. As soon as we put food, alcohol, and entertainment together, all 3 increased. And not by a little, by a minimum of 40%. Okay, I will leave you on that note. We could, now in our concept, while she's coming up, in our concept, we have done a number of, had a number of national agreements. Here is our Woody's Cafe, and here is our menu. We have the Viking package, the Lumberjill package, the Lumberjack package. Yes, I thought of that all by myself. Okay, all right. And then here's our merchandise. Some of our, so those stickers also double as a t-shirt. Everything we've done is branded, and even if you have to charge more, we have found. I'm ready whenever you want. You want to finish? Yeah. I'm killing time. All right. So what we found was when we took over the merchandise program, they had low-cost merchandise, but it was not well branded. When we branded all the merchandise, we charge up to double now, and we sell more units at a higher price and a higher gross profit margin because the quality of it is better and it's personally branded to our concept. Okay? And that's a little bit about our concept. Here's who we're looking for. There we go. And with that, I will finish.